Local Justice, presented by Elrod Pope Law Firm, serving our community since 1980. Here's your host, attorney Ben Leader.
Welcome to Local Justice. Today's episode is a little different because it's about investing in the next generation of leaders here in York County. Joining me today is Jennifer Burnett, the Director of Operations at Elrod Pope Law Firm. Jenny helps manage our team of more than 40 team members strong and plays a huge role in shaping our firm's culture, our people, and how we live out our firm's core values each and every day. Jenny and I are going to talk about two things that we're incredibly proud of: the Elrod Pope Legacy Scholarship and our hands-on immersive summer internship program. And we're going to tell you why both of those matter far beyond the walls of our law firm. So let's start with the why behind it. But before that, Jenny, let's get to know you a little bit and let the viewers get to know Jenny. So please tell us a little bit about yourself and what ultimately led you to Elrod Pope.
Well, before I was the firm's Director of Operations, I worked as a political fundraiser and also in the nonprofit world as a program director. So both of those really helped shape me to lead firm operations, work on team development, and be involved in a lot of our wonderful community initiatives that we've done.
That's great. And community is obviously a huge part of Elrod Pope. It's one of our core values. It's plastered all over the walls of our building. Tell us a little bit about how that value actually translates to the day-to-day operations at Elrod Pope.
So one of the things that I love most about Elrod Pope is that we don't just put our core values on our website and go about our business. Trust, community, quality, family. These are all values that we live every day at our firm. We volunteer often. We support community events. We just did Christmasville. We're about to do Come See Me. We're going to be at the Beach Bash, so come see us. We're going to do that again. And there's always things we're doing throughout the year to support our community. I think about a year or two ago, we were really trying to figure out what would give the greatest impact for our firm to give to our community. And I think our decision was great. It's to support young people and students. And when students are supported, they go further in education, they go further in their careers. And when they do that and they're supported by the community, they come back to support the community. So for me, these initiatives, these programs that we've done really lead to a full circle, beautiful effect where students can come back and they continue to help local families, local businesses, and it's a community that can be helped for future generations, which is just awesome.
Absolutely. And today's world of personal injury law and law firms in general, I think things are changing very quickly, and we're seeing a lot of big law firms, national law firms that don't have local lawyers, they don't have local employees, they don't even have local people with boots on the ground, hanging offices, all over the state and pouring millions of dollars into marketing in those states. And I think consumers are now left with a fork in the road with two very clear, paths. And one is going with these national, private equity-based firms, and then the other is going with a local law firm that is actually invested in the community. And just tell us a little bit about, what you think the community role means to our employees.
Well, I think community gives a sense of purpose beyond the day-to-day operations of our firm. And I think it really goes far into helping our team members really understand why we are doing what we are doing. And I think anytime that you can get people together to volunteer and work towards an initiative, they're building shared values, they're building memories, and I think that community involvement and how much we volunteer together, not just financially, but the actual man hours of supporting, really helps join us and leads to a better firm culture all around. And I think a lot of local businesses and other law firms need to be aware that, this next generation of workers, the Gen Z and the Alpha that are coming, they are purpose driven. The ability to attract and retain that generation is going to be continued involvement in the community and making sure you're volunteering and that you are doing good things. You're not just profit driven. And, if you've worked in enough places, you'll realize those kind of things, the culture and giving back are what keep you happy long term at a place.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of the times, our staff enjoys and gets a lot of pride and joy out of this. We do provide PTO to help incentivize community service, and we take days where half the office will go out and serve various, entities or organizations. But I honestly believe even if we didn't offer that incentive, people would still, especially the younger generation, would still be taking advantage of that and taking us up on it. But
yeah, I just wanted to hit on that is the pride. I do a lot of stay interviews at the firm to see why people stay at our firm, and culture is huge. But that pride, to have somebody tell me at their annual review, I'm proud to wear the EP logo. I'm proud to tell people I work for Elrod Pope. I'm proud of what we do in the community. That is huge. That makes me feel great. That makes me feel like we're doing something great, and they're happy to be a part of that.
That's spot on, and something we're very proud of too. And so thank you for all your help in leading the charge on our efforts. And I think the commitment to community at Elrod Pope really comes to life with one initiative in particular, and that's our Legacy Scholarship. And so we're going to take a quick break from our sponsors, and then we're going to dive back into the scholarship here shortly and explain to the viewers how they can apply for that and take advantage of it. So thank you all for tuning in. We'll be right back with more local justice with Jenny Burnett here in a minute.
As soon as I contacted Elrod Pope, they handled everything. Without Elrod Pope's help, I'd have been paying hospital bills for years to come. Elrod Pope just took the stress and they put it on their table and took it off mine.
Coming to Elrod Pope, I didn't have to worry about anything. Everything was taken care of. It put me in a real calm state because I had someone on my side. I knew that I was in the right hands. It felt great.
We know the type. You like to start early, finish late, make lemon squares, and make payments to the college fund from anywhere in the house. We know you rely on Comporium for the things you rely on most, like a view of the backyard. That's just a bunny, and hundreds of channels to watch, whenever you want. So you may think of us as just your internet company, but we're more like the I didn't know they could do all that company. Comporium, always ready.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not gonna have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Being there for someone in their time of need is what Green Funeral Home has done compassionately for 4 generations. It's a privilege we take very seriously.
We believe each life should be honored and remembered by family and friends. Whether you choose traditional burial in our chapel or another venue, or cremation provided by our on-site crematory, we will help guide you through each step to ensure your needs are met.
We are also available to discuss pre-planning. Peace of mind that you have helped your loved one by making those difficult decisions.
When the need arises, our family is here for your family.
Founders Federal Credit Union means banking made for you. The on the go, the pick up and go, and the oh, I want to go. Because at Founders, we give you the financial tools that make every dollar work for you. For the little things to the big things. For your future and your peace of mind. We'll always stay grounded in our roots, but reaching beyond what you'd expect is where we'll always go. Find out what our members already know and enjoy a new way to bank. Relax, you're with Founders.
Live Strong at the YMCA is a lifesaver for so many people.
I love Live Strong because you meet so many people, you learn how strong you can be physically and mentally.
The camaraderie and the closeness that you feel and come together as a group is just amazing.
We meet them where they are and we work with them to help them get stronger.
At the YMCA of Upper Palmetto, we are proud to offer our community the support of the Live Strong program to all cancer survivors. For more information, visit your local branch.
Welcome back to Local Justice. I'm attorney Ben Leader with Elrod Pope Law Firm, and today I'm super excited to have with me Elrod Pope's Director of Operations, Jenny Burnett. Jenny, thank you again for joining us today.
It's been a pleasure. I think my kids are so excited for me to be here. So hey, Bo and Winston, y'all can edit that out if you need to, but they wanted me to say hey.
That's great. No, we definitely want to give Bo and Winston a shout out. So want to talk about the scholarship
okay.
and tell us about the Elrod Pope Legacy Scholarship, why it was created, and why are the legacy matters so deeply to our law firm.
So the Elrod Pope Legacy Scholarship is to honor two of our most influential leaders at the firm, Luke Elrod and Jack Leader. Their integrity, their dedication to the law, their service to our community still inspires us today and inspires what we do for the firm and the direction the firm is going. And this scholarship was designed to give two students or future students $5,000 each, so $10,000 total annually that we want to give to continue to allow Luke and Jack to serve the communities and have a lasting impact on that service for generations to come.
That's great. And why do you think it's important for the scholarship specifically to be targeted towards students in the Carolinas?
I think anytime that you can inspire students to have a future career in law and dedication and excellence and service, that we have a responsibility to do so. I mean, that's shaping the future generation. And like I said, you know, I hope the scholarship continues to allow us to impact the community in the way that Luke and Jack were able to.
That's great. This year's topic is distracted driving, is that right?
Distracted drunk driving, yes.
Okay, sorry.
It's like
we'll clip that out.
It's all right.
So this year's essay focuses on drunk driving, is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
And you know, we're a personal injury firm, of course. So accidents and injuries, that's what we see every day. We see the individuals and the families and how much they're affected and how, you know, life-changing in not a positive way that can be. And so that topic, I think, is really important into increasing safety, responsibility, and awareness with these young drivers. I think the age group 21 to 34, it results in the most fatalities in the Carolinas. And so, you know, as they're going on to college and they're becoming more independent and they're making more of their own decisions, we're hoping that by having an essay topic like that, it results in a little more thoughtfulness on those decisions that they're making when there's peer pressure and all of that, so that they're making good decisions, because those decisions don't always just affect them. Unfortunately, it can affect you know families and young business owners and anybody, and it sometimes can be to a devastating result that we want to prevent.
That's spot on. And I think in our line of work, we do see a disproportionate amount of drunk driving accidents. I think South Carolina has one of the highest number of drunk driving fatalities and accidents in general in the entire country. And sadly, this has probably been an essay topic since I was in school, 20 plus years ago. And so I have more confidence ever in this current batch of this young generation that they're going to come up with the solution to solve this. And one of the things I like most about our essay topic this year is that we're not asking for simple, fixes that have been around for years, like drunk, designated drivers. We're looking to hear, how do we take advantage of AI platforms to help actually cure this problem, and what technologies are out there that can be used to minimize or eliminate drunk driving accidents. And so I'm excited to see what we're going to get in response, and I think it's a great topic that sadly is still very much wreaking havoc on our community here.
I agree completely.
So I want to talk a little bit about, beyond the financial support that the students are going to receive from this that are selected, what do you hope that they ultimately take away from being a Legacy Scholarship recipient?
Well, I think it goes back to just community involvement in general. I mean, I want the students to know that they're supported. I think after COVID, we became very independent and individual, and we weren't as rooted in that community support and community involvement. And so I hope with these scholarships that they know that we're rooting for them, that we care, that we want them to succeed, that we value them in our community, and we want them to come back and continue that support with the next generation.
And in terms of the students out there, what kind of student do you think stands out in the application process, not just on paper, but kind of the values that they bring?
Funny enough, this is one of my favorite questions that I get at interviews. And I actually just had an interview today for a future legal assistant, and they asked that, and I was like, I love this question. So at Elrod Pope, we've really developed a great training program for our new hires. So we can teach you everything you need to know about working at Elrod Pope. What I cannot teach you is the motivation to succeed, the dedication to come to work every day on time and work your hardest. I can't teach you the natural ability to say, oh, you know, I don't have that many tasks today. Let me go find work, because at a law firm, as you know, there's always work to be done. Or to just say, hey, you know, Betty on my right looks really stressed. She must have like 100 tasks today and I'm low. Why don't I help her out? And then she can help me out, because at our firm, we're very team focused. And so those are the things that you can't teach, but when I see that in a candidate, or I see that in a hire that's only been at our firm a couple weeks or a month, I know they're going places. They're going to go places at our firm. They're going to, you know, be promoted to paralegal. They're going to go on and be great attorneys. Those are just simply things I can't teach that I really value in a new hire.
That's great. Well, I think mindset matters more than ever, and you know, that's the type of people we're looking for. So.
Yep.
We're going to take another quick break from our sponsors. Thank you for filling us in on the details about the scholarship. Next up, we're going to talk a little bit more about our summer internship program, which we're also super excited to tell you about. So we'll be right back with more Local Justice with Jenny Burnett. Thank you all for tuning in.
As soon as I contacted Elrod Pope, they handled everything. Without Elrod Pope's help, I'd have been paying hospital bills for years to come. Elrod Pope just took the stress and they put it on their table and took it off mine.
Coming to Elrod Pope, I didn't have to worry about anything. Everything was taken care of. It put me in a real calm state because I had someone on my side. I knew that I was in the right hands. It felt great.
At Palmetto Pride, we know we have a choice. The choice for a cleaner South Carolina. And it's an easy one at that. Don't litter. No grand gestures or heroic efforts here. But the outcome still has monumental impacts. When it comes to our state, every choice counts and every action matters. From the great outdoors to parks next door, from Main Street to your street. All it takes is a little bit of pride to keep South Carolina beautiful.
When a catastrophe hits, it can be a very stressful time for you. When you have trees on your house, when you have trees on your cars, and you don't know what to do, you call us.
We're not a 1-800 number, we're an 803 number. We've been in business for over 60 years because we take care of our clients. That means taking care of them during claim situations.
We're not 9 to 5, we're 24/7. We're gonna be there when you need us most. Gill Insurance, your local auto owner's agent. Understanding business is how we do business.
When it comes to prescription medications and health needs, Rock Hill residents have been turning to Good Pharmacy for over 50 years.
I've been coming to Good Pharmacy since we came to Rock Hill in 1984, and I would not change pharmacists for anything.
With their knowledgeable staff, you can always trust that your prescription will be filled with complete confidence and care for your health. Good Pharmacy, conveniently located at the corner of Ebenezer Road and Camden Avenue.
Founders Federal Credit Union means banking made for you. The on the go, the pick up and go, and the oh, I want to go. Because at Founders, we give you the financial tools that make every dollar work for you. For the little things to the big things. For your future and your peace of mind. We'll always stay grounded in our roots, but reaching beyond what you'd expect is where we'll always go. Find out what our members already know and enjoy a new way to bank. Relax, you're with Founders.
Hi, I'm John Warden with Champion Services. If you're considering remodeling or making repairs to your home due to storm damage, here's a few things to ponder. A lot of folks have come in town promising a lot of things about we've been here for a long period of time, only to be found faults. Choosing the right contractor is extremely important. Here at Champion Services, our goal is one thing, it's customer satisfaction. And that's just not a sentence, that's a fact. Let me say it's been a joy to serve you for over 30 years. This message is brought to you by Champion Services and CN2.
Welcome back to Local Justice. I'm attorney Ben Leader with Elrod Pope Law Firm, and today I'm honored to have Jenny Burnett, the Director of Operations at Elrod Pope Law Firm, join us on the show. So thanks again, Jenny.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
We've talked a little bit about you. We've talked about the scholarship and your role at Elrod Pope. I want to talk about our internship program because this is something that we're both super excited about, that we've put a lot of years worth of work into really developing. And sadly, I have worked for law firms in the past as an intern, and my role there was essentially to run errands, to go pick up snacks, to twiddle my thumbs. And, I know that there's a, certain element where everybody's got to work their way up at any business. But tell us a little bit about our internship program and why it's different from a lot of the other internship programs that other law firms have.
Yeah, so I think you're spot on. I think a lot of businesses, a lot of law firms, they have students come in, they're interested, but they don't really, the business owners or the attorneys don't really know what to do with them, and so they end up kind of just hanging out and doing errands and shadowing and things like that. And so with our internship program, we knew what we wanted to do, and that was not it. So we really developed a immersive, hands-on experience for our interns. And one of the favorite things that I love about our program and this internship is that it's not just legal work focused, which I feel like at a lot of law firms it is. What's great about ours is that they get a start to finish look at the client journey at our law firm. So they get to learn about intake, they get to learn about marketing, operations. They're actually going to be doing a little marketing mini course with Ben over here. And so they really know the client journey start to finish, and it gives them a big overview picture of how not just a law firm, but a business works, which is really awesome.
That's right. And, our firm now has over 40 employees, 45 employees, I think, and only 8 of us are lawyers. And so a lot of people don't realize all the various roles and departments that are part of a law firm. And I know we've had some interns come through and realize that practicing law might not be for them, but, marketing and data is something that really interests them. And so one of the things I like about it is it's not just a stepping stone to law school or to being a lawyer. It can just expose you to all the various inner workings of a law firm, and it's a lot more behind the scenes than a lot of people realize.
Exactly, 100%.
So what type of real-world, hands-on experience did they actually get as part of this program?
Well, of course, they're going to be doing a little legal research. There is going to be legal work involved, but we also try to do lunch and learns with guest speakers and other attorneys. They're going to receive attorney mentorship from all of our attorneys. They'll be able to pick their brains, ask them questions, why'd you go to law school? Why'd you choose this law school? Why'd you choose personal injury? And really get to know the differences in all the attorneys and why they ended up at Elrod Pope. And I think the coolest part of what they're going to learn is they get to do a mock trial experience. So they get to either take a current case that we're trying to figure out, maybe what the verdict might look like, or they get to do a past case and see if they get a similar verdict that we got. So that's always really fun.
I love it. It sounds like a great experience and enjoyable for us just as much as it is them, I hope.
Yes.
What type of skills do you think they can walk away, being confident in after spending the summer with us?
Well, I think that they'll know not only whether they want to go to law school or not, but they'll know how a business runs. They'll know soft skills of working in a professional setting, being in an office, understanding culture, understanding how to speak to attorneys and not feeling nervous and anxious, or talking to a boss scenario in their future career. As somebody that does a lot of the hiring at our law firm, I can tell the difference between candidates that did internships or had jobs while they were in college, because when they come to an office setting, they have those soft skills, they're more prepared, they have a step above some of their other peers, and college can't always teach that. That's something you have to experience, and I think our internship program goes beyond just preparing you for law school or preparing you for grad school or to be a future business owner. It gives you some of those skills that you need to be successful in your first few jobs outside of college.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that makes me the most proud about the internship program is seeing how many students have come through and chosen to go into law school and chosen to want to come back and work for personal injury law firms like ours. I think that's the biggest compliment we can have, is that not only did we, lead them towards, fulfilling their goal of law school, but we also, had something going on that told them this is the type of business that they want to, work for. So I love what we're doing with the internship program. I love what we're doing with the scholarship program. Tell the viewers, how can they take advantage of this? How can they apply? How can students out there, parents, make sure that their child is, has their name in the hat for each of these opportunities?
Well, go to elrodpope.com and you can look up either the scholarship or the internship program. Both have an application. The scholarship has an essay you have to write. And the deadline for the scholarship is very close. It's March 1st, so make sure you go and apply right now and tell all your friends to apply. We'll be announcing winners on April 1st. And then the internship, the deadline to apply is April 1st. We're announcing winners May 1st. And I also want to do a quick plug for the Elrod Pope team. We are always looking to hire top-notch talent. So when you're on that website, if you want to apply or anybody you know wants to apply, please go ahead and send your resume and cover letter. We are always looking for great legal assistants and paralegals. I'm really proud so many of them do go on to law school, but we are a fast-growing firm, so that combined with them going away, we always want to keep the rotation of really great talent. So, sorry, I just wanted to plug that in.
No,
too.
that's great. Thank you for mentioning that. And thank you for your leadership, both internally at Elrod Pope and also with all these initiatives that we've talked about today. We don't want to be the biggest law firm in the world. We want to be right here in York County supporting the community and continuing to focus on efforts like this that make a real impact both with today's leaders and the future generation of leaders. So thank you for your role in that.
It's my absolute pleasure.
All right. Well, thank you to the viewers for tuning in to another episode of Local Justice. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time.
As soon as I contacted Elrod Pope, they handled everything. Without Elrod Pope's help, I'd have been paying hospital bills for years to come. Elrod Pope just took the stress and they put it on their table and took it off mine.
Coming to Elrod Pope, I didn't have to worry about anything. Everything was taken care of. It put me in a real calm state because I had someone on my side. I knew that I was in the right hands. It felt great.
Kidney disease is becoming more and more prevalent, especially with diabetes and hypertension. My training with kidney disease helps me to talk to patients and guide them through the steps that they can take, the changes that they can make into their lifestyles. And we have a dedicated team of providers, including dietitians and pharmacists that we work with to educate patients towards achieving that.
We know the type. You like to start early, finish late, make lemon squares, and make payments to the college fund from anywhere in the house. We know you rely on Comporium for the things you rely on most, like a view of the backyard. That's just a bunny, and hundreds of channels to watch, whenever you want. So you may think of us as just your internet company, but we're more like the I didn't know they could do all that company. Comporium, always ready.
From my first watch I purchased as a teenager, which still runs today, to the diamond ring I surprised my wife with, which she still talks about today. A gift from Norman Hagee is as good as it gets. Whether it's elegant timepieces by Bulova, Caravel, and Bel Air, or ornamental ironwork-inspired Southern Gates collection, or dazzling fine jewelry. A gift from Hagee is backed by over 60 years of family-owned and operated experience. Norman Hagee Jewelers, for gifts as good as it gets.
For over 7 decades, the YMCA of Upper Palmetto has been dedicated to empowering our community. Every day, we're committed to ensuring that every individual, regardless of circumstance, has the chance to thrive. From life-changing initiatives like the First Thursdays Club to unique health programs and vital water safety education, we're here to uplift, inspire, and transform lives. For more on how you can get involved in all we do at YMCA of Upper Palmetto, visit our website or stop by one of our 12 locations.
We can be amazing.
What's the best way to attract a wide variety of beautiful birds to your backyard? By offering the birds the right foods in expertly designed bird feeders from Wild Birds Unlimited. Whether you've been feeding the birds for a while or are just getting started, let our backyard bird feeding specialists show you how to add a little joy to your life and make nature a part of every day. Shop now for exclusive bird foods, feeders, hardware, and more. Wild Birds Unlimited. Products designed by experts. Trusted local advice.